Hi, it's me. Have you ever tried to explain a warm bath to somebody who's never had one? Now, it sounds simple enough, but it's really not. And in that struggle to explain, there's a powerful spiritual truth. It's a hidden pointer to real transformation. In this video, I will show you how a warm bath can teach you everything you need to know about cultivating spirituality. And I'll share 3 simple steps that you can start using right now to experience more peace, love, and spiritual freedom. So let's talk a little bit about that warm bath. What does it have to do with living your own personal spirituality? Well, let me ask you, have you ever had a warm bath? I mean, I know it sounds like a silly question, but did you know that right now there are literally millions of people on this planet who haven't had a warm bath and very likely never will? Now imagine trying to describe a warm bath to someone who's never had one. You can talk about the soothing temperature, the scent of lavender, the way your body smells, the way everything is when it melts into that stillness. But until they've actually had that bath themselves, all those words will fall short. Because a warm bath isn't something that you understand in your head. It's something you can only know through experience. And that right there is the gap between learning about something and experiencing it. That's where so many of us get stuck on our spiritual path. You and I can read, we can read spiritual books, we can listen to spiritual talks, we can take workshops, follow gurus, even watch videos like this one. But if we don't live what's being taught in there, if we don't do the thing, we never really cross that threshold into real spiritual understanding. That's why spiritual teachings call this spiritual practice. Because practice is something that you do with your whole being, not just with your thoughts. Take love, for example. Love isn't something that you figure out. You experience it. You give it. You receive it. You live in it. And spiritual love is not theoretical. It's alive. And when you live it, it changes everything. Just like taking that first warm bath. After that, you know. And when you talk to somebody who has taken a warm bath already, no amount of explaining is necessary anymore. Your shared experience of it says everything. But here's the rub. Most of us have been conditioned by ego to believe the opposite. We're told we can shortcut our way to transformation, that understanding is enough, that we can think our way into awakening. The ego loves that idea because it wants to keep us safe and comfortable. Unfortunately, it also keeps us stuck. It keeps us from the whole story. It whispers things like, you'll never be any good, or you're not good enough, or why bother even trying? And of course, my personal favorite, you already know this stuff. That's particularly devious. Imagine being told you know everything you need to know about a warm bath by reading about it. But here's the truth. That voice that you hear in your head, it's not you. It's your programming. And it's the best way to break free. The best way to do that, to break free, is just to know about it, to learn about it. That's where these 3 steps come in. These are the simplest, most powerful tools I know for bypassing a misleading ego and nurturing your spiritual garden. So here they are, 3 steps. Step 1, set your intention. Just that. Say out loud or write down, I'm already cultivating my spiritual garden. There's no need to try doing anything yet. Just stop and set the intention. Without intention, nothing lasting even begins. Step 2, journal your inner talk. Every day, write down the thoughts that loop around in your mind, especially the negative ones. The ones that say things like, I always mess this up, or you're never ever going to be happy. Those are clues. They reveal your conditioning. And again, once you see it, you can challenge it. Step 3, ask one simple question. When that inner critic speaks, ask, who says that's true? Seriously, who says? You don't even need to know where that story came from. This is not psychology I'm talking about, and not that there's anything wrong with that. But is it objectively true? Often, just asking that question shines light on the falsehood, and it starts to loosen its grip. All you have to do is to just keep going. Make these 3 steps a habitual part of your everyday life. After a while, they'll just become habit and they'll be in the background. You won't even notice them. But you will need to give repetition the opportunity to give birth to the habit. Be careful. Is your ego going to convince you to stop these steps? Can you hear it right now? Get used to telling your ego, thank you for sharing. Now shut up and sit down. I'll call you if I need you. This is how we start to abide in spiritual truth. Not by rejecting the ego, but by recognizing it and refusing to believe it has something you need to pay attention to. That's where love comes in. Spiritual love is the light that sees through illusion. It's the presence that holds us when we forget who we are. When our ego tries to distract us with lies disguised as truth. And every time you choose awareness over that autopilot, the thing that's just running, every time you stop and say, wait, who says that? At that point, you're turning toward love, the love that can never lie and will never mislead you. So yes, this all comes back to the warm bath. You can talk about love, talk about healing, awareness, oneness, but until you experience those things directly, they're just words. The good news is that experience is already within you. It's asleep, just waiting. And the way to awaken it is spiritual practice. Not perfect practice, not hours a day, just the gentle, loving, daily experience of being. Because that's where shift happens. So here's what I invite you to do. Today, soon, set your intention. Write down at least one limiting thought. Don't let your ego talk you out of it or talk you into postponing it, which is essentially the same thing. And when your ego does show up again, and it will, just ask, who says? Keep it simple, keep it loving, and keep going. If this video sparked something in you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss future videos like it, and then share it with someone who you think might be interested. And if you've got questions or stories, some aha moments that may arise, I'd love to hear them. Just put them in the comments below. Remember, as the Beatles sang on the very last line of the very last song on the very last album they made, the love you take is equal to the love you make. The love you make, the action you take, not just the words you speak, the love, the action you take, the experience you live. It makes all the difference in the world. Let that experience, that love, begin with how you love yourself. Everything important is not just what's in your head, it's what you experience in your heart. See you next time.